Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'm working with you step by step through each of the ABRSM Theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets and you can download those in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find information about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and hints on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time on exam day when you're working through your exam paper. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be really great, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more to come. And now we're going to continue with the 2014 Grade 3 Past Paper A. If you turn with me to page 4, we're going to carry on now with question 6. So I'm hoping you've had a go of this first of all, see what you can make of this. It's always better to try and learn by your mistakes. Always work in pencil, and then it doesn't matter if you go wrong, you can just rub it out and have another go. So this piece of music here contains 5 deliberate mistakes. So we need to rewrite those mistakes out correctly once we've spotted where they are. So just glancing through, so straight away this is in the wrong place. 1 sharp, F sharp is always positioned at the top, so that needs to be corrected. The time signature doesn't make sense because that says 4 minim beats per bar, 4 half notes per bar. Well, that's definitely not the case, and what's happened is the numbers are upside down. It should be 2/4, 2 crotchet beats, 2 quarter notes. Glancing ahead, 1, 2, here's the third. A dot comes after a note, not before it, to make it half as long again. What else? How many have we got? 1, 2, 3. Oh, this one, I've missed one here, there. That's too many beats per bar. I think that should be coloured in. There we go. That should be coloured in, otherwise there won't be enough. I suppose alternatively you could say that should have a line on it. Either way, that bar is complete. We could, no, that still wouldn't work. No, that's the wrong one. That has to be coloured in. And then finally here, the stems are the wrong way. Anything above the middle line has to have the stems pointing down. So that's all the thinking done now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep. And so we've just got to rewrite it accurately now. So just any order you like, as long as you correct these mistakes. I tend to do the stems last. So that needs to be coloured in, making that a crotchet or a quarter note. So the dot comes after a note there to make it half as long again. Nothing wrong in this spot. And then we'll change those stems. And this bar is okay. So then a ruler. This is the nice easy bit. We've done all the thinking now. And that now makes sense. There we go. Just a nice bit of copying for a bit. Now then, here these stems must come down because they're all above that middle line of the stave. Oh, that one's a bit wonky. Dear me. There we go, that's that question completed. Let's have a look at the next one. So we'll now move on to the next question. Let's have a look at this next question, question number 7. So now we are required to write some intervals. There's a couple of clues here. We've got to write after each note because we're writing a melodic interval. Remember, a melodic interval is one after the other, as if it was a melody, unlike a harmonic interval where they come one on top of each other like a harmony or a chord. And we're always counting upwards, so we're writing higher. So we need to write a minor third here. Now then, first of all, we'll just get the interval of a third, and then we'll worry about the minor issue afterwards. So C is 1, then D, then the E is the third. 1, 2, 3. And if you look at the picture of a piano keyboard, even if you don't play piano, this is a really helpful tool just to visualize these intervals. So you can see 1, 2, 3, that's our third. Now then we have a key signature of B flats, E flats, A flats. We're in C minor, so in actual fact this is an E flat. So we've gone from C to E flat, and that's a minor third. It's part of the minor scale, and also minor means smaller. So from the major, which means larger, we've gone down a semitone, so that's a semitone smaller, that's a minor interval, part of C minor scale. So the key signature does the job for us there, so that's C minor, job done. Let's look at this next one. So first of all, let's count the interval of a seventh. So C is 1, and we're counting space line, space line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the line, 7 is the space, and we're going from C, 1, count C as 1, that's the first degree of the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to B. That's correct. We need it to be a major seventh. So from C to B, B natural would be part of C major scale. It needs to be the great interval. Major is larger. B flat would be the minor. And so we have a B flat here in the key signature, and we need to get rid of that with a natural sign to make that a B natural, because C major has no flats in it. So there's our major seventh. Let's go on to this next one. So we're in the bass clef now again. It doesn't matter that the principle's the same. We're counting up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 takes us to A. Of course, we've got a key signature, but we'll think about that in a moment. C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's our A. There's our sixth. Now we need it to be a minor sixth. And so C minor has A flat. That's the smaller interval. The minor interval is smaller. The major interval would be A natural. And so the key signature is doing the job for us. We've got B flats, E flats, A flats. So that's already an A flat. And so that's part of the minor scale. That's the smaller interval. So that's job done. So here we have a perfect fifth. Let's count up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 takes us to G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's our fifth. And there's no concept of major or minor. This is a perfect interval, and so it stays as it is. There is no major or minor fifth. The same with fourths and octaves. Let's look at this last one here. So we're going from C, that's our low bass clef C, and so the next door note will be D, just up a step. 1, 2, and C to D is already major. That's a full step. D flat would be a minor second. We've made it smaller. This is the major interval, the full step, and so that's job done. So there we go. That's that question completed. I do hope that's helpful to you. We'll look at the next question, the last question in fact of this paper in the next video. I hope it's been helpful to you. I hope that you're enjoying it. I'm certainly enjoying working through it with you. If that's the case, if you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store. Please also do visit sharonbale.com and make use of all of the resource and information that's available to help you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.